Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. It has been a very interesting and busy week for the game, at least in terms of news. Let me present you 11 new things that you really should know right now. Well, good thing today is Sunday and the week is about to be over because the past days have been crazy. Bethesda is really working full force on Wastelanders and the news have been literally falling off the sky. In the previous news, I went over some new leaks that hinted towards new mysterious factions. Also, as you probably know, during this past week, Bethesda announced the start of the Wastelanders private test server on Monday, followed by the announcement that Vault raids will be no more. In other words, Vault 94 is shutting doors very soon. There is no specific date so far, but I suspect it will probably be disabled with the Wastelanders DLC release or around it. Anyway, for this video I'm going to present you the latest news regarding the two major upcoming factions, some details about each one and some exciting updates about the PTS. Then I will briefly go over some other topics too, such as hacked players being finally compensated and Wastelanders leakers being punished. I am also going to show you a few brand new bugs that I have discovered. Overall, there are 11 news in this video, so brace yourself and let me keep you up to date with everything Fallout 76. Let's get into it. Let's be honest here, we knew for a long time that Raiders and Settlers were going to be part of the upcoming Wastelanders DLC. However, now we have confirmation that these two opposite factions won't just be factions. They will be the major factions of the DLC. Settlers or Raiders, what will you choose? Don't worry, long ago Bethesda said that you can be a middleman, so maybe you won't have to choose after all. If you don't want to, that is. What does a major faction mean though? Well, we don't have a lot of details yet about that, but I am assuming each faction will give you at least one quest line. I mean, that would make sense. A lot of it. Also, the new screenshots show some massive camps, lots of NPCs, so perhaps we will have lots of new side and miss quests to do as well. It would make even more sense, at least considering the dimension of these settlements that have been shown several times in the trailer and through screenshots. Only time will tell though. The Settlers are known for being the Good Samaritan faction from previous Fallout games. They are the pacifist group out there trying to rebuild and survive in the wasteland. They will avoid conflict and outlaw activities as much as possible because that's their way of living. Anyway, in Fallout 76, it seems like things will be following the same path. Bethesda confirmed the Settlers will be rebuilding a large area around Spruce Knob, which seems to be their main settlement. It will be called the Foundation, and this place seems to be huge, like really big. It seems like it will occupy a lot of the surrounding area around the Spruce Knob, the building itself, which belongs, or it used to belong, to the Brotherhood of Steel in other times. Hey, their flags are still there as you can see, so it's not like I'm telling you a lie. The Settlers will be led by Paige, a former head of a construction union, before the nukes went down. They might be experts at building, but they don't seem to be as great at fighting and surviving. So that can be a great source of opportunity for all Vault dwellers in Appalachia. I just want to add that the first release screenshot showed an underground cave. I mean, for the Settlers, of course. Which means this settlement is even bigger than it seems from the surface. There is a ground settlement and then there is another one underground. Yep, Foundation was probably the right name to choose for this base. Now, what about the Raiders, By nature, Raiders like to raid. Haha, I got you! Seriously, they're the badasses of the wasteland, very hostile and unforgiving. Some of them are psychos and murderers, even cannibals. They have all sorts of the worst imaginable there, the worst human beings you can think of. Yeah, I think that sums up a part of the raiders. But not everyone is like that, gladly. There are also those who want to survive and just raid stuff, mostly stealing and taking risks into their adventures. Bethesda unveiled that the Raiders faction will be transforming the crashed space station and turning it into their crater. I mean it, their base will be called the Crater in the Toxic Valley. Perfect place for a faction like that, don't you think? Anyway, their settlement seems to be just as huge as the Foundation. They have also built all around the space station, as shown in the screenshots. Maybe it will even have an underground part, just like the Settlers. Who knows? Their leader is a female called Meg, and she's probably going to kick your ass if you try to approach her without notice. You probably shouldn't think about directly approaching her. Bethesda's words, not mine. You'll need to be crafty, whatever that means. Well, the raiders are returning to the wasteland, and I doubt they will be leaving anytime soon. So let's get used to them while we wait for the Wastelanders to come live. We also got confirmation that the two faction settlements will be filled with NPCs. People to talk to and probably get some new quests as well. Now, it seems like you will be able to find new vendors, but there is a catch. While some vendors will most likely be the normal robot vendor as we have right now, some will be unique vendors that will respond to the new reputation system. This means your faction reputation will influence certain vendors. Whether Bethesda is talking about their dialogue options or vending pool, or even boats, I'm not certain. But it would make sense for faction vendors to sell you certain rare items only if your reputation is high enough. As in, they need to trust you or like you to offer you certain goods. Bethesda also mentioned the way vendors see you can influence your interaction options. I'm wondering if the reputation system will be that complex or not. The private test server is live for about 1 week now, and over 500 players have been invited, but don't be upset if you haven't received an invite just yet, because Bethesda is going to be sending out a new wave of invites in the following weeks. As they develop the Wastelanders DLC, their test needs will keep growing, and that means more and more people will get a chance to participate in this sort of beta test experience. It's a great way to spoil yourself though, so if you want to keep the element of surprise around, I wouldn't advise you to register and or participate. After all, the main goal of the PTS is for players to play the Wastelanders content, test it out and provide feedback and bug reports too. Anyhow, if you're dying to see what's about to arrive on the Wasteland, then keep your fingers crossed. You might get an email from Bethesda one of these days. Good luck! Well, as soon as the PTS went live, a few leaks started to emerge on 4chan and other social media channels. I'm not allowed to comment if these leaks are true or false because I am taking part of the experience too. But all I could think of at the time was, damn, that was fast. On the other hand, it seems like some of these leakers got caught and their immediate punishment was getting their invite revoked. Their PTS access got removed and they can no longer play there. Sounds fair enough to me. I don't know if there will be any further measures though. Breaking an NDA can really put you into trouble. If there's clear evidence you are a leaker. Anyway, there are rumors about Bethesda having its own way to identify leakers through screenshots. What's their method exactly? I don't know. I found several rumors, but I don't think I should be mentioning them here without any proof. So let's just move on to the next news. Just before Christmas, we had a very unpleasant surprise in-game. Hackers found a way to get into people's inventories and steal whatever they wanted. They didn't even have to be close to you to do it. It was insane, and a lot of people stopped joining adventure mode in fear they could lose their precious endgame gear, rare outfits and other valuable items. Some people even took a short break, with reason. The problem got solved rather quickly, but one issue remained: how to compensate all the players who got robbed. Well, it took Bethesda almost 1 month, but better later than never. Affected players received thousands of free items, free Fallout First memberships, and even had the privilege to get a clone character to retrieve stolen items, at least some of them. Wow, that's such a privilege, but it's also how it should be. You got your items stolen from you, and you get a chance to get them back. Sounds fair to me. And that also makes me really happy because it shows Bethesda's support is improving and addressing issues more seriously. I hope this will be the trend in the near future. Hackers and cheaters, there's also small news on the topic. If you remember, around Christmas there was a huge ban wave addressing cheaters, most precisely duplicators. There was a lot of contests, people claiming they were just using anti-cheat to test and report bugs. Others blamed other hackers for having certain items in their inventory due to the inventory hack scandal at the time. Yep, it was a complete mess. Now it seems like people are still getting banned for similar reasons. At least I haven't seen as much contestment. Probably because the majority of the cheaters has been banned at this point. Hopefully. I mean, it was about time. I do believe a few bans are unfair, but in general, they're not. So I don't think this is a negative thing for the game. On the opposite side, bring it on. I really hope Bethesda keeps swinging the ban hammer on those who truly deserve it. Now, let me give you a small update on the Atomic Shop. There are some new items that have been added this last Tuesday, starting the new saga of Nuka-Cola items, such as the Dark Nuka-Cola Power Armor skin, a cooler skin, and big Nuka-Cola bottles to decor your camp, like the normal Nuka-Cola bottle, Dark, and Quantum. You can get 4 new wallpapers from Nuka-Cola now in the shop. Some returning items are part of the Nuka-Cola theme, including the backpack and the Nuka-Cola girl costume that I love very much. It's a very nice one. Now, what's about to come in the following weeks? Expect many more Nuka-Cola items and Valentine's Day's entries as well. I've shown dozens of upcoming items in my previous news video, but here are some to refresh your memory. These pink cute items will most likely come for Valentine's Day. They are obviously data mined items, and I'm sure they can give you a better idea of what's about to come to the Atomic Shop in the following weeks, maybe month or two, I'm not sure. But you're welcome either way. Talking about the Atomic Shop, you have 2 more days to purchase your Twitch Prime bundle if you want or can do. The time is running out and we don't know if this bundle will ever return. You can get 5 exclusive items with Twitch Prime, including a clean stripped suit and a Voltec combat shotgun skin. You can also get 5 sleeping bag skins, a new icon, and a new photo mode frame. Overall, the bundle is not impressive, but it's surely free items if you already have Twitch Prime, so why not? You have until the 28th of January to get this bundle, then it's gone for good and you probably won't be able to get it ever again. To finish this video, I want to share with you a few new bugs I found in the public server a few days ago. I was recording for my videos as usual when I suddenly started to see the world rendering very differently. Around Vault 76, the floor, fences, and stairs stopped rendering properly, and they became a giant mass of non-textured parts. You could even get inside the, let's say, new slides that were supposed to be stairs. I even found some rocks around that were lacking texture and had a pointy, strange shape. This was my first time experiencing such thing. Maybe it's an old bug, maybe it's a new one. Either way, I decided to share this with you guys. In that same server, I found collectrons moonwalking around, liking their typical movement animation, and I could also get inside turrets around power plants. When it's supposed to push you out from the inside, it's like a mechanism to avoid you landing or staying inside the turrets. Are these new bugs related to Wastelanders? What do you guys think? I guess we will only find out when the DLC goes live. As you can see, we're getting a rainfall of news these days. It's a lot to keep up with, and you should expect even more to come this following week. As the release of Wastelanders come closer and closer, it's natural that we receive huge amounts of new information. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. I hope you learned something new here today, and good luck if you're trying to enter the PTS still. Remember, new invite waves will be issued in the following weeks, so there is still hope. As for me, I am Marta Branco, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and leave a comment below if you'd like to share or ask me anything not covered in this video. I also have a Patreon page in case you didn't know. You can support me even further if that's your wish. The link is below the video as usual. That's all for now. See you very soon. Until then, take care, adeus, bye bye!